I'm really finna get ready for work. I'm kind of already ready for work. While I cleanse my face, I'm using some toner. Y'all, I'm just now getting back into like a routine to like really doing daily self-care, which I know is kind of like yuck. Like, girl, you supposed to always do that, but when life get hard, you don't be thinking about that stuff. So, the job I'm finna go to is to be a med tech. It's for an assisted living facility. No, I didn't need a certification. After working there for like 30 days, I took, I guess you could say it was like a class. We took a test at the end. They showed us what a med cart audit was. And I got my certificate, and that's pretty much it. Before I was a med tech, I was a caregiver. So I was a caregiver, made like $14, $15 on the weekend. And after that, that's when I went ahead and I was like, well, let me be a med tech because they do make more money. So it's really a med tech / caregiver role. So basically what you're about to be seeing is I'm about to go into work. We're going to do a count off. I'm going to start administering medications. After all of that stuff slow down, I'll go ahead and I'll be taking out my residents' trash, doing their laundry, setting up the dining hall for the next morning, doing a shift-to-shift report, and yeah, collecting some vital signs and stuff like that. I can't really show everything just because of HIPAA policies and stuff like that, but I'll show y'all the stuff that won't be violating any of that stuff, of course. So, basically, I got into healthcare when I was homeless. Like, that was the only way that I could get income at the time. A situation happened at my job, and I was already a part-time caregiver anyway, just doing additional income on top of me being a counselor. So I was like, okay, let me do this full-time. So I started doing caregiving full-time after all of that stuff went down with that job. And all I did was, I built my own schedule and stuff like that. I was picking up shifts. At one point in time, like, I was making like $700, $800 a week. And like, that money goes stupid, And that was literally making 15. I would pick up majority of my shifts on the weekend because you make more money on the weekend or whatever like that. And during the week, it's $14. So I would pick up less shifts during the week. And what led me to this job was I was actually working as an agency as a caregiver with one of the residents. And I was like, ooh, this facility nice, just being high. And I was like, are y'all hiring? Everybody kept saying, yes, we're hiring. We can't keep nobody or whatever like that. So I asked the girl, like, what's the process of how to get hired, They had walk-in interviews. I put on my thing as a med tech. I told them I had previous experience in healthcare as well as taking care of my grandmother who had dementia as well. And next thing you know, a few weeks later, I got my call back, my interview, and the rest is history. And now I used to do it full time. And I used to get so much overtime in the beginning. Like, I remember one of my checks was like $2,000 just simply because they needed people. So every day, like, I already worked 12-hour shifts. So every day I would come in and I would work 16. And it was just like back to back, back to back, back to back. And while I was doing that, I was getting my CNA license or whatever like that. And now I work CNA full-time and I do this part-time or whatever. So it won't be a full 12-hour shift that you're seeing, but I'm gonna get almost everything done within the 6 hours that I'll be there. And yeah.
Okay, you guys, so I finally made it into work. So before I give out medications, I always put on gloves just so the medication residue do not, get on my fingers and things of that nature. So I have a computer. It has a picture of all the residents that I'm going to give medication to. And I'm just simply pulling up a resident right now to see the medications that they're going to take while on my shift. I have keys because you always have to keep the med card locked when you're not using it. And now I'm just picking through the medications. Some of the residents, they have pop-out medications, which means, let's say they have 2 to 3 different medications and they're all concealed in one packet. And some people have to do a packet plus individuals on top of that. Let's say they're taking an antibiotic, but it's not enclosed in that packet. I have to go pick it out individually to add it into one of these small transparent cups. And and as I go ahead and I click all the medications off as I'm putting them inside of the cup or whatever, I put the medications back. I make sure that I go ahead and I do lock the med card, and then I administer the medication. Alrighty, so now I'm picking out more medication, but with this client specifically, they are taking a NARC. So whenever a client takes a NARC, it has to be documented in what is considered to be a NARC book, because this is what we do count on. So you saw I just showed you the NARC binder, and I just took out the NARC and put it in the transparent cup with the rest of their medication, unless they ask for it to be set aside individually. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go to that patient's name, and I'll go ahead and I'll put how many was already in the bottle before I took out the NARC. And then I also subtract it from how many I took out. I sign it, I date it. That's what I found out, and it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend. Me, myself, and I, that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out, and it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend. You got a 2-day trial before I take back my. So now we're in the dining hall, and basically what I'm going to be doing here is wiping the tables, resetting the tables back up for the morning time for when the residents do eat breakfast. And this is kind of like some of the duties that I have to do before I go home. And yeah. Rory, Italian, child for now, child. Yeah, she making that shake, breaking that bait till her back break. Wow, yeah. Crazy how you managed to make me into a sponsor. You got me paying for shit. You got a 2-day trial before I take back my time and make you pay. 30-day trial before I pay my. Now we're completing laundry. There's certain residents I have to get done each day, and sometimes when I go into their rooms administering the medication, if I see they need their laundry done, I'll go ahead and pull it. Also, I always fold the clothes. I just feel like it's more tactful if you wash, dry, and fold their clothes, and then I place them in front of their door. And I always keep notes, like in the shift-to-shift report, I always put whose residents I've completed the laundry for, just to help out the next shift when they come in for the next night. So